not a heavy practice, but he was running around the floor, did everything they asked him to do. Matt Painter says absolutely he is playing tonight. We will see Jaden Ivey, but to start, we will not. So Eric Hunter will start it off, feeding Zach Edey inside. How Iowa plays the bigs of Purdue is going to be fascinating as Edey goes right to work.
And Fran McCaffrey said they're going to switch things up a little bit, come with some doubles, sometimes play one-on-one coverage. You know where Purdue's going with the rock, and if Edey's got that kind of post position and he's single coverage, he's going to score at a high rate.
Keegan Murray, third leading scorer in the country, to Patrick McCaffrey. Rebraca with the rebound and a foul underneath.
No doubt about it. And the glass is going to be important because Iowa wants to play fast, and in order to do that, you got to rebound the ball. And Purdue, one of the best rebounding teams in the country.
Foul on Mason Gillis a moment ago. His first, team's first. Gillis will feed it into Edey. Got good post position and an easy turn from there.
Just gorgeous from Mason Gillis. He's a great shooter, so you've got to run him off the three-point line. That creates a lot of space for the pick, roll, and replace for Edey to score.
Nice find. Toussaint, but Rebraca can't finish at the rim. Bohannon will launch. He'll hit. We saw signs Saturday that Jordan Bohannon was getting close to one of those Bohannon-like games.
No doubt about it, and it changes the offense for Iowa when he's knocking down shots. It's a guy that 162 career games, making 163 tonight, most in NCAA history.
3 for 7 in Saturday's win against Penn State. He'd been 5 for 25 in the 3 games before that, but Graham McCaffrey told us that I never worry about Jordan Bohannon. You don't worry about Sasha Stefanovic either if you're a Purdue fan or if you're Matt Painter. All he does is hit threes too.
Can you just see what Purdue does? Running their sets, running their offense, start going inside. But Stefanovic is a guy that is enormous in the half court for them with the way he shoots.
Toussaint trying to use the window. Rebraca pokes it alive. Back out to Bohannon. Stefanovic right there.
The more Iowa can penetrate and put Zach Edey in ball screen situations, Kevin, you're going to be able to break down the defense at a higher rate.
McCaffrey down low, 3 on the shot clock. Gonna have to hurry. Bohannon will launch the contested 3 in the air ball.
I think the more Iowa can speed up the game, the better. Size gets a little bit negated in an open floor, fast-paced game. That's where Iowa wants this thing.
Right down to Edey they go. Look at that size mismatch against Rebraca. Edey left it short. Gillis there for the offensive rebound and out of bounds.
Just gonna mix things up and give Edey and Travion Williams some different looks. Here, their matchup zone.
Around the horn to Stefanovic. That 3 off the heel. Edey trying to keep it alive, and that's a foul on Zach Edey, his first.
Going against a matchup zone. The only thing is sometimes that slows the game down, and I don't know if Iowa wants that. And it's hard to rebound as well.
Yeah, it's sort of counter to what Iowa wants to do, but you may have to do it to keep yourselves from getting chewed up inside.
I completely agree.
Keegan Murray, he'll launch the 3. That's short, and the rebound to Gillis. And then a takeaway. Toussaint driving inside. Count it! And the foul.
Good to see him put his fingerprints on this thing early.
And he picked up the second foul on Mason Gillis. That's really big. Gillis over the last couple of games averaging 10 points per game, 8.5 points in Big Ten play, and he's been a very vocal defender for Matt Painter's squad. And that's an underrated thing, that if he's not on the floor, boy, you lose on both ends of the floor.
Well, and I also think he's the best 3-point shooter at that 4 spot. So that creates real estate for Travion Williams and Zach Edey to operate.
Williams going to work against Rebraca. And Williams, who has been so productive. He averages 13 points, 8.5 rebounds in 20 minutes a game.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? He's able to go out there and completely empty the tank in his spurts of minutes. But it's interesting, no double teams coming. You get buckets from Williams and Edey already.
McCaffrey will launch the contested 3. That's off the heel. Murray ripping down the rebound. Now Keegan Murray to work. Leaves for Rebraca. Up against Williams to bank it home.
A great play from Keegan Murray. 6'9", able to attract help, drop it down. A couple of offensive rebounds already for Iowa. Certainly something you didn't anticipate heading into this game.
I know you thought rebounding was going to be critical in this game tonight.
Oftentimes rebounding directly impacts pace.
Williams Working against Rebraca. Here's Stefanovic with the three. Good box out underneath and tipped out of bounds. It'll belong.
Didn't play against Northwestern, so we'll see how he's moving. He looked good at shoot-around, though, this morning.
There's Toussaint on the attack. Step back jumper as Williams went inside, and there's Ivey with the rebound. With Ivey on the floor, with Murray on the floor, there's over 20 NBA scouts in the building tonight. And you know those two guys plus some big guys are getting a lot of attention from those scouts tonight.
No doubt about it.
There's Williams rolling to the rim and an easy two for Trevion Williams.
Got caught in a switch and Toussaint rolled down into the post with Trevion Williams. And already Purdue is 4 for 5 from the floor with their bigs in one-on-one post-up situations.
McCaffrey blocked off by Stefanovic. Back it goes to Keegan Murray. Looking for his first points. An 0 for 2 start for the third leading scorer in the nation. Patrick McCaffrey, 5 to shoot. Here's Murray. Got a good look from McCaffrey.
None of it's working, and the bigs are going to work for Purdue.
You expect at some point to see maybe Chris and Keegan Murray on the floor at the same time and maybe try to pull those bigs out?
I think so. I think you try to make your weakness an advantage on the other end.
Stefanovic with the three. That's a strength for Stefanovic, and it has been throughout his career. 6 for 10 in the last game against Northwestern, his second tonight.
So good sprinting off these staggered screens. And Purdue does a good job headhunting because they know if they give Stefanovic an inch, that's enough for him to knock it down.
14-7, Boilermakers off to the good start on the road. A lot of their work's done on this end of the floor so far. McCaffrey with 4 to shoot. Boilermakers everywhere. Murray has to launch from the elbow. Right place, right time for Keegan Murray to get on the board.
And this three-quarter court press has to pay some sort of dividends for Iowa. Was able to turn over Purdue a little bit at Mackey Arena and got back into the game. Iowa leads the Big Ten in steals. Need to get some activity out of their pressure.
Stefanovic on the other end swishes his third from deep.
Well, and that's one of the concerns. When you three-quarter court press, you leave yourself vulnerable for open jumpers when that pressure is broken.
17-9 Purdue. McCaffrey thought about it, but on the catch, Stefanovic right out there. He's defending at a high level right now. Bohannon trying to force one up, and the rebound Williams.
Got to attack Trevion Williams. Don't settle for a jump shot. Put him in a ball screen. Try to get downhill.
Here's Williams to work against Rebraca. That will go on a tip try.
Stefanovic knocks it down.
First can't convert on the three-point play. First foul on Keegan Murray.
Here it is. Murray's at the 4 and the 5. Chris Murray and Keegan Murray. I think this is an intriguing offensive lineup for Iowa.
McCaffrey, they're daring him to shoot that three. He has struggled this year. Now he'll launch it, and that one won't go. 4 for 23 from 3 for Connor McCaffrey, who's dealt with all kinds of lower body injuries as Trevion Williams gets the swat underneath.
So you're not getting it extended. See how he's packed into the lane. So it's one way to counter this smaller lineup.
Chris Murray on the run. And the rebound by Caleb First.
So one thing about Iowa, between whether it's Toussaint or Connor McCaffrey, sometimes they do have one guard on the floor that's not necessarily a great three-point shooter that you can sag off of.
Down low, mismatch, feeding to First. Touch pass back out to Thompson, and Isaiah Thompson way off with the three. Rebounded by Chris Murray.
I don't know why Trevion Williams didn't attack Perkins one-on-one in the post.
Here's Murray filling the lane, can't get it to go. Keegan battling for the rebound, and a foul on the floor.
Greatly impacts the complexion of this game.
And Peyton Sanford, the 6'7" freshman, did not play against Penn State on Saturday, is out there and may have to shoulder some additional minutes tonight.
He's young, but he's smart, and he can shoot it. But it's a big spot for him.
There's Williams. Extra pass inside to Ivey, who hung in the air forever coming down that baseline to get his first two.
It's great two-man action. Two guys run at Stefanovic because he's knocked down 3 threes, and that starts the dominoes that are rolling, and Purdue's a great passing and cutting team.
Sanford can't connect. Chris Murray, the offensive rebound. He'll drive it back up and in. And with Keegan on the bench, an opportunity for Chris Murray to really assert himself like he did against Indiana when he had 29.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to be more assertive, no doubt. But how about Iowa? 8 offensive rebounds already.
Ethan Morton, the kick out to Stefanovic. That 3 off. Williams, the offensive board. Thompson will try. Thompson will hit from the top of the key.
And that's what makes Purdue so tough to guard. You got the great bigs inside, but they're surrounded by excellent three-point shooters. And right now, Purdue's scoring in the post, and they're scoring from the three-point line.
Already 4 made threes for Purdue in this first half. Good sign for the Boilermakers. Isaiah Thompson starting to round into form again, as that one won't go underneath Aaron Eulis there to clean things up.
And right now, Iowa's got to do something to make Purdue more uncomfortable on offense. I mean, Purdue's able to just get their sets, run, execute, and get the ball where they want to get it to. And if you let Purdue do that, they're going to get great high percentage looks the whole night.
Williams trying to dislodge Connor McCaffrey. Morton a little bobble. Fortunate to keep the possession. 6 to shoot. Going to have to hurry. 4 on the shot clock. Williams in trouble. Split. Stripped by Murray. Good defense. Williams can't clean it up on the miss. And McCaffrey comes up with a loose ball. Hawks get the stop. Now can they cash in on this end? Murray will try. And Murray will hit. Boy, he's not Keegan Murray as far as the stat line goes, but his improvement arc is trending in a major league upward direction.
And when he's at the 5, he is a problem.
Zach Edey back on the floor as well for Purdue. Picked up an early foul and sat down. Here's Ivey against Sanford. A matchup for the freshman. Thompson will try again. Same spot, same result. 4 for 11 in the last 2 games coming in. He shot around 50% in non-conference play, but had really struggled in conference season until lately. And boy, if he's coming on, another weapon for these Boilermakers.
Makes it so much harder to defend.
Ivey will step back for a 3. Shot hunting now.
So that means everybody has got an unselfish mantra. They share the ball. They know exactly what they're trying to do. It's been on display here this evening.
Well, Nick, they have 10 assists on 12 made buckets tonight. We're not even to the 8-minute mark. Eulis. The shot clock under 10. Here's McCaffrey. Keegan Murray, if you're joining us late, on the bench with 2 fouls. Chris Murray's 3 won't go, and Jaden Ivey rips away the rebound.
Yeah, Iowa continuing to play Chris Murray at the 5. And on that possession, Edey started out on Connor McCaffrey trying to plug up the lane. It's this end of the floor that's got to change for Iowa.
Ivey on the attack, slips and a travel. Well, you worry when you see him slip. Again, that hip injury.
Just slipped and fell. It was going to be showtime.
We might have the 2 fastest players end-to-end in the league with the ball in their hands, Joe Toussaint and Jaden Ivey in this game.
No doubt about it. Ivey in particular. Ivey is a next-level elite athlete in the open court.
That pressure from Iowa, slowing Purdue up, and a turnover. Chris Murray.
Let's watch Edey trying to guard Connor McCaffrey. So that pick and pop, you're not as worried about it.
Here's Sanford. He'll try the 3 and he'll hit. Boy, is that big for the Hawkeyes. 1 for 11 from behind the arc before that shot from the freshman.
And he can shoot it. Over 68% of his field goal attempts are 3s. He's coming in and he's looking to jack him up from distance. Big shot, kind of got the crowd into it now.
Fran McCaffrey will tell you he doesn't play like a freshman. They need him to not play like a freshman tonight. Good post feed, but Edey.
And that's what's always hard.
And Edey 2 for 2 at the line. That's news. It has been a real struggle in conference play. Just 17 for 36 in the league. But 2 for 2 on that trip, and the first made free throws in the game stretch it to a 12-point advantage. Sanford at the elbow, a little strong, and Edey with the board.
It's good though. Connor McCaffrey set the screen. Edey's not going to be able to get out there on those pin downs. So that's good execution. The right idea, just didn't get it to go down from Sanford.
Edey working hard in the post against Murray, away from the ball. Stefanovic trying to get it to him. Murray with the tip. Ball loose. Edey trying for it, out of bounds to Iowa. Purdue turnover. There's Perkins. What a big night at Mackey when these teams met in December. Can't connect there. And the rebound saved in play by Gillis. Really nice effort. Playing with 2 fouls, and Isaiah Thompson will bring it up.
So far, Purdue has survived defending the small ball lineup. Let's see if Iowa can survive defending the post. You know about all the great centers in the league, but there's a lot of good, tough 4-men. Race Thompson, Mason Gillis, those kinds of guys really play well at that 4 spot, stretching the floor, playing defense. Just the front lines, 4 and the 5, really good in this conference.
See Ivey back out there. You got the briefest of breathers. Here's Murray and Edey with the rejection, but a foul.
Zach Edey out, Travion Williams in.
8th in the nation in offensive rebound percentage.
And you also bring in a guy who is a much better passer out of the post, and they get a ton of offense out of his kickouts.
Better matchup with Murray down there for Purdue?
Probably, but still the passing is a force to be reckoned. You can control the line of scrimmage, you can control the clock, control the complexion of the game. A pure 5-man's much more suited from a size standpoint to bang with Travion Williams.
Free throws no good. Minutes this year came against Purdue in December. He had 7 points in 16 minutes. Also 5 rebounds. More importantly, they couldn't dislodge him down low.
That's right, he's got the size to bang with the 2 bigs.
Patrick McCaffrey on the run, using the window very nicely.
So long at 6'9", and his game is predicated on stamina and movement. He is a guy that has to be constantly in motion. There he is getting a deflection.
Now in the scramble, can Purdue take advantage? Ivey with the blow-by to the rim. He can hurt you in so many ways.
But Purdue has done such a good job attacking out of the 3/4 court pressure, whether it's from the 3-point line or their Ivey penetrating.
12-point lead, here's Ogundele. Crowd favorite, as you can tell, going to work on the baseline. Now Perkins to work. Perkins, tough inside, can't get it to go. Ogundele battling, but it's ripped away by Caleb Hurst.
Look out.
Here comes Ivey, end to end, and the foul on the floor before the shot. Big lead for Purdue. Iowa, though, at home tonight, trying to pull a similar trick and get back into this game.
One of the ways that Iowa was able to erase that deficit was with turning Purdue over.
And off the miss, the 2-hand flush for Caleb First in the scramble. Purdue gets the offensive rebound, and First puts it home.
Iowa's done a decent job so far hanging in there on the glass, but that has got to be a 40-minute battle for the Hawkeyes. You let up for a second, Purdue will make you pay.
McCaffrey will bounce into the corner to Bohannon. 7 to shoot for McCaffrey. On the baseline, that jumper is true. He's got 4 for Iowa.
Again, that's just being 6'9" and able to elevate over the smaller defender and knock it down. Here, come with these traps, but this is where Purdue has done a good job finding shots like this out of the broken.
And Hunter, a wide open 3. 7 for 12 from 3 in conference play, and he had all day to size that one up.
7 made threes for the Boilermakers.
Ogundele inside.
You get the sense that you got into this point that Keegan Murray's not going to come back into this game, but you got to make sure that you hang in there and finish the half strong if you're the Hawkeyes, and then you can reinsert both Murrays, who have 2 personal fouls in the second stanza.
Ivey to the rim, Ogundele with a foul.
This is a program that's been able to retain and develop players.
1 for 2 for Ivey, shaking his head as he walks away from the line, a little frustrated. Not only with the first miss in this series, but the one on the front end before. Toussaint right off the bench, the blow by, they're gonna count that bucket.
Zach Edey, you got to attack it, because those guys are not great laterally, and you can break the defense down.
The handoff to Ivey, got Ogundele in the air, the jump pass to Williams. Good hands down there to catch that one. Now Williams trying to dislodge Ogundele, and the little floater drops over the big man.
Patience. What good patience for Williams, just letting the defense clear out and then going to work.
McCaffrey fakes the pass. Everybody scrambled away, and Patrick McCaffrey hits a huge 3 for Iowa.
That's one of the first pseudo transition kind of looks that Iowa's gotten. Haven't been able to get out in the open floor, but a great pass fake from McCaffrey.
Ivey cannot answer. Rebound. Karams out of bounds. It's going to stay.
I think you take it. You got to finish the half strong.
Stefanovic inside. Williams. The little hook is good. And so after that little pause to get the unfrozen, to get the clock which was frozen unfrozen, a 13-point lead. Toussaint trying to go high over the block attempt of Ivey, and the rebound Williams.
Quite the rebound traffic from Travion Williams.
Ivey with the slip, ball loose on the floor. Ethan Morton able to scoop it up, drives it up and in. Strong attack by the former Mr. Basketball in the state of Pennsylvania.
That's what Ethan Morton does. He's a glue guy, loose balls, doing the little things. It's a big 50-50 ball that Iowa didn't come up with.
Oh, and a pocket pick. Ivey with the steal, Ogundele with the foul. And Ivey will head back to the free throw line. And now Ivey will go to the line. The Boilermakers. They've outscored their opponents by 134 at the line this year coming into play. The best in the nation. Ivey 1 for 5 at the line. If you're Iowa, you can't count on that to continue in the second half. 15-point lead, 3-second difference between game and shot clock here. Remember, it was a 13-point game at half in Mackey in December. Entry pass taken away. Morton lost the handle on it, and it'll belong to Iowa. Went off his leg. Ulis, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Ulis with 1 second, will not go.
Obviously, that's got to flip for Iowa to get back in this game. But one of the things that has to flip is Iowa's got to speed this game up in terms of forcing turnovers and getting out in the open floor.
Bracha trying to get around Edey. That's not an easy task. 15 on the shot clock. First possession of the second half. Hawkeyes down 15 with 3:08 to go. It can happen. It has happened.
But Iowa has had pretty much a 10-0 run or better in almost every game this season, so they can put spurts on.
Well, Bracha is down, a little slow to get up, and he is limping.
The Murray brothers are in at the 4 and the 5, both with 2 personal fouls, but both a dangerous offensive combination. But can those 2 guys hang in there and play defense without fouling on this end?
It's a battle already. Edey and Chris Murray just leaning on each other inside.
Well, don't you think Iowa's got to try to sell out to take something away, either doubling the post or really pressing out on the 3-point line. You got to try to take away something.
Hunter with the shot clock winding down, got the carom. Well, the problem for Iowa in that first half was they didn't take away anything.
Right.
3-point shot, 2-point shot, couldn't clean the glass. I mean, it was a complete performance offensively for Purdue, shooting over 60%. Here's McCaffrey on the run. He's been solid tonight. He's got 9.
He has. He's just got a good flow to him. He's taking what the defense gives him. Good just pace. Got the defender on his hip. And again, when you're 6'9", you're able to elevate over the defenders and knock down shots.
There's Edey against Chris Murray. Back out to Stefanovic, the 3, up and down. Picking up where he left off. That's his 4th from long range.
But there, finally, almost a triple team came. You dug on the post, and Toussaint was coming on a double team, but there's got to be better communication. Are you digging or are you doubling? And you have to execute accordingly.
As Purdue will find out if you don't execute, and they'll make you pay like you saw right there. On the floor, Murray is tied up. Possession arrow will give it to Purdue.
In terms of how they're handling the post-ups right now. Just going to have a hard time playing one-on-one in the post when you're playing small with the Murrays at the 4 and the 5.
Thompson. Knocked free. Karams off Edey into the hands of McCaffrey.
Got to look to attack.
McCaffrey will do just that. Bumped on his way in. That'll be a foul on Eric Hunter. Feels like that's got to start with stops on the defensive end to get into that game that they want to play.
It's a great point, Kevin. There's no question about it.
Chris Murray inside. He got a piece of that one and a foul.
It's a little more challenging with where the floor spread. Patrick McCaffrey's got it going. Bohannon's a great three-point shooter. And Edey has to guard Chris Murray. He's able to blow by him.
Willis, handoff to Hunter. Thompson entering inside, and that'll be number 3.
There's no sense in saving him if there's not going to be a game that you're saving him for. You got to get back into this thing.
And Stefanovic trying to make sure they don't, missing on that 3. 10 for 18 from deep his last 2 games. Keegan Murray gonna find the range on that 3, and that's why he stays in this game.
That's right. And transition. Bohannon with the hard push, drops it off to Keegan Murray. Drills it.
And it came off a stop on the defensive end. And now a 10-second count.
Getting a 10-second call and a turnover.
Here's Bohannon, the 3. It'll fall. Here come the Hawkeyes. A 10-point game in Iowa City. The trap and a foul. Brian Dorsey had the perfect angle to call it. Was looking right in there, saw the contact, blew the whistle. Ivey, Toussaint,
wow,
trying to pick his pocket, but a foul called.
Four-minute segment. Win this 4-minute segment, win the next one, and chip away at it. And Iowa won that 4-minute segment by 5.
Tough catch by Travion Williams. Those hands are so good, but he couldn't throw that one up and in. McCaffrey up the floor. Get the stop, now in transition. Entry to Keegan Murray against Gillis. The hook, in and out. Got a good look, and Stefanovic the rebound.
That's good offense, though. Keegan Murray, he can run to the three-point line, or he's a really good early post-up player as well. It's a high-percentage shot.
Chris Murray against Travion Williams. On the baseline, tried to wrap it around. That's a turnover. Iowa does not have numbers. Toussaint gonna have to hold this one up. McCaffrey left alone. Williams a little late to close. Murray the rebound. Chris Murray inside. Count the bucket and a foul.
Again, it's all transition, because the harder you push it, the harder it is to get matched up. Travion Williams found himself on Patrick McCaffrey, which means somebody's not on Chris Murray, and it ends up being Sasha Stefanovic. So it all stems from a stop and running, because sometimes running can get you mismatches.
And an 11-0 run for the Iowa Hawkeyes. It's a 7-point game. Purdue led by 18 3 minutes ago. Here's Ivey. Oh, what a drop-off for Williams. That is absolute perfection.
Purdue's done a really nice job of that, breaking the three-quarter court pressure and scoring.
Chris Murray left alone. 3 is short, and Ivey the rebound. Now Purdue in the open floor, and a foul on Bohannon.
Well, when Purdue has broken the three-quarter court pressure and the ball gets in Ivey's hands, great things happen, because he is a handful when he's coming downhill. You've got to put your body in front of him. And he's a capable passer, dropping it down to Travion Williams.
Not much Jaden Ivey doesn't do well.
Right.
First needs a little help, gets it from Stefanovic. Stefanovic inside, lost it on the way up, off his leg, and a turnover right back to Iowa.
Great defensive possession for Iowa, because if you're playing small, you got to pressure because you're quick all 5 spots. There's good ball pressure on Caleb first, and then Bohannon did a good job chasing Stefanovic around off the screen.
9th Purdue turnover. Hawks trying to add to their points off turnovers, and a miss at the rim. Everything but the finish for Chris Murray.
Boy, that was pretty. 2 guys ran at Keegan Murray.
Stefanovic back to first, 15 to shoot.
Now the pressure, everybody's got to be out there. Makes Post-entry pass is more difficult, but this is where Ivey can drive it.
Against Bohannon. Bohannon staying with Ivey. Good defense by Bohannon, and now a foul.
Now, Kevin, you can see it. The pressure has gotten turned up a few notches by Iowa. And it's one of the things Indiana did to beat Purdue. Indiana was able to heat Purdue up, press out on the ball handlers, and Purdue turned it over a little bit. And right now, Iowa, if you're undersized, you better pressure. And Iowa didn't do that in the first half, but they're doing it here in the second stanza.
It's really where Iowa has shown growth over the last couple games. I know they lost at Rutgers, but they defended well in a game that demanded defense. We saw it in the second half against Penn State especially. They defended well in that second half, and here, off to a good start defensively in this second half.
Look at this, Travion Williams guarding Joe Toussaint.
There's Toussaint driving inside, reverse no, tip no. Williams rebound, we've got a whistle and a foul underneath. And Travion Williams is called for the personal, his second, and already the 6th team foul on Purdue.
Purdue's in a precarious situation defensively. How many times do you think Travion Williams has fought through a ball screen or switched it? And it's creating a domino effect where Purdue is out of sorts a little bit defensively right now. And it just, the small lineup didn't seem to pay off in the first half for Iowa on either end of the floor, but it has totally changed in this second half.
Well, we've seen that three-quarter court press, which didn't seem to be particularly effective in that first half. They've gotten some results from it here.
Again,
crowd into it too.
Got to have urgency if you're Purdue to try to attack when you break the pressure.
Stefanovic. Here's Thompson. The handoff to Ivey. The weave to first. 12 to shoot for Stefanovic. The lob inside. And the alley-oop to Travion Williams. That'll quiet the crowd in Iowa City.
Wow, was that incredible execution from Matt Painter and his group.
And Murray with the answer. Chris Murray with the attack at the rim.
You saw Chris Murray attack Zach Edey off the bounce earlier. There he attacks Travion Williams. It's a tough matchup.
Stefanovic now to Ivey. In the scramble situation, Hawkeyes able to get back settled in defensively. Where will Purdue go? Went to the rim last time. Back inside, and that'll be a foul going the other way. Offensive foul on Williams, so that's 3 on Williams, 3 on Edey, and now the Purdue posts with some trouble with 12:34 to go.
Again, look at Chris Murray doing a good job to try to work to front. If you're undersized, you can't play behind the post. You're just going to get buried. Working hard, Williams trying to hold Murray off. Boy, this game has flipped quick.
Considerably. Toussaint. Back out Chris Murray. From 18 to 4 in the span of 5 minutes.
And Chris Murray has been a matchup problem at the 5 offensively.
He's got 18 tonight. Ivey. Oh, that is a crowd quieter from the calm superstar, Jaden Ivey.
Big time. Go to your stud in the big spots.
Keegan Murray fouled with 11:44 to go. And the Iowa Hawkeyes with a timeout. With 11:44 to go, but it does limit a little bit perhaps of what Matt Painter wants to do with his substitutions depending on how effective Edey plays here.
But it's interesting. A little bit of a tweaked ankle from Mabracha brought in Chris Murray early in this half, and the small ball lineup has worked really well. Defensively, they've been active. Offensively, Chris Murray's put his fingerprints on this thing.
And Toussaint almost got the steal. Ivey was looking at his head coach, and Toussaint nearly able to pluck it from behind.
You got to have a heightened sense of awareness when Joe Toussaint's on the floor if you're a ball handler. Little zone from Iowa now, Kevin.
See if Ivey can shoot over that zone. He can. The three may knock him out of the zone quickly.
2 triples when his team really needed it from Jaden Ivey.
Murray inside, trying to draw the foul, wouldn't come, and first with the rebound. Here's Ivey again, he's got 14, gliding up the floor. Ivey attacking. Good help by Murray, looked like could have been a travel. Edey inside, can't get it to go, and the loose ball scooped up by Keegan Murray.
Got numbers.
And they hurry. Toussaint back to Keegan Murray for 3.
Well, Kevin, whenever Iowa's had an opportunity in the open floor, they have really been good.
It's been the difference in this second half, the ability of Iowa to get out in transition. Thompson, once they broke the pressure, the 3 on the other end will again send everyone to their seats.
Boy, Purdue has had an answer frequently here the last few minutes.
And a foul. Going into the one-on-one good for Joe Toussaint. Bonus coming. First foul on Ivey, sending Toussaint to the line. Isaiah Thompson, 11 points in 19 minutes tonight, 3 of 4 from 3, and he's starting to look like the shooter we saw in non-conference play at about 50% from behind the arc.
No doubt, that confidence is rising for Thompson. Ivey's had it wrong, but his ball's got to go to Zach Edey. Got to try to find a way to get him a touch inside. You got a huge advantage there.
Hunter as the shot clock fades under 10. Hunter picked up by Chris Murray on the switch. Looking. Edey's matched up against Toussaint underneath. They couldn't get it to him. And
disrupt passing lanes to try to throw the ball into the post as well. And Iowa's done that at a much higher level in the second half.
There's Toussaint. Hawkeyes down by 6. Bohannon will pull the trigger. Off on the 3, and Ivey the rebound. Thompson might pull the trigger. He's had the hot hand, but Ivey inside, fouled on his way up.
Matchup problems across the board, both ways.
Replace the other 3 with Perkins, Ulis, and Connor McCaffrey, and there's Keegan Murray trying for the rebound, batted out of bounds, and it'll belong than he did on the floor with those 2 early fouls. 1 more to go. 2 for 2 for Murray at the line. Hawks are 13 of 14 tonight at the stripe. Purdue is 6 of 14. 5-point game again. Purdue led by 18, 2 minutes into the second half. Jump it to Williams in the post. Bullet pass to Morton. And Morton splashes the 3. Another answer for the Boilermakers on offense.
What a pass from Travion Williams. 99-mile-an-hour fastball on the money to Morton.
You said it, he's the best passing big man, maybe in the Big Ten, certainly on this team loaded with talent.
No question.
Murray trying to find room on the baseline, blocked off by Hunter. Drop off for Perkins, back to Connor McCaffrey, open 3. A little bit short, and the rebound by Thompson. Eight-point game. Coming up on the under 8 media timeout. Williams against Keegan Murray, double comes. Here's Morton, and a foul. Well, as a shooter, you can't ask for the ball to come to you in a better position than it did from your big man right there.
And you want to continue to feed him because you know he's a willing passer and he's going to distribute and get you shots.
Here he is against Chris Murray, one-on-one. And now Perkins flying through with some contact. And this has really been an Achilles heel tonight for Purdue. It's not normally. They're 6 of 15 at the line. And Nick, 1 of 3 in this second half. Iowa's 11 for 11 in the second half.
11 free throws in 12 minutes is quite a bit. And Iowa's done a really good job getting to the line and knocked them down.
6th rebound for Keegan Murray to go with his 12 points. Iowa down 8.
Travion Williams guarding Connor McCaffrey. Non-shooter, able to counter the small ball lineup of Iowa. See him plug in the lane.
And Keegan Murray to his brother Chris, and Stefanovic with the bump. Second foul on Stefanovic, and Chris Murray to the line.
Good job by Fran McCaffrey, though, using his son Connor McCaffrey as a screener. Travion Williams is playing center field right in the middle of that floor. Have him set down screens. You could be able to have your teammate come off unimpeded, draw a foul in that scenario.
Against the Boilermakers, top 2 games this year, 29 against Indiana and 20 against Purdue. This has been a huge difference. And Hunter fouled. Tony Perkins with his third in a 1-on-1 situation coming up with 7:32 to go.
He's got to balance that aggression to go for steals, which Iowa leads the Big Ten in, with intelligence. If you're going to go after the ball, you got to be pretty confident you're going to be able to get it, not get any arm on the way.
Eric Hunter, junior, the line, 1-1.
1-1 here for Eric Hunter. First free throw opportunity tonight. Only the 17th attempt of the year. But he drains that one, he'll get the bonus. Chris Murray has been one of the reasons why Iowa has been able to come back in this game. Entered early in the second half when Rebraca rolled his ankle and has really taken control offensively with 14 second half points.
At that small ball 5 spot, he has really made an impact offensively, and you see that in the numbers.
And has had to work so hard on the defensive end, considering his matchup most of the time. Eula's fortunate to keep that one going. Here's Chris Murray again. Can't get it to go. Tip try won't go, and Travion Williams flips it out of trouble, and now on the run is Morton. Good job by Iowa scrambling back defensively.
There, Purdue had shooters ready to let it rip.
Under 7 to play in this one. Boilermakers trying to hang on for a big road win in the Big Ten.
With high hands on the ball from Iowa.
Thompson, little fake, and then able to muscle it up. He's played well. 13 tonight for Thompson.
Great poise from Thompson. In pressure in the ball, you're able to show the ball and get by the defender.
Pivotal couple of minutes here for Iowa before the under 4 media timeout. It's a 10-point game again. Perkins. Keegan Murray, 10 to shoot. Spin down to Perkins again, working against Thompson. And it's batted out of bounds by Stefanovic. 5 to shoot for the Hawkeyes.
Job by Sasa Stefanovic, recognizing that he was guarding Connor McCaffrey, so he didn't have to worry about the 3-point shot. He could go help on the post. Knowing scouting reports so important, and when you play teams for a second time in the Big Ten, you really know that scouting report.
McCaffrey, Bohannon, Toussaint back in. So Fran McCaffrey says this is the moment. Got to get our guys back in there. And the entry's taken away. Turnover on the inbound. Hunter up the floor. The kick to an open Thompson for 3. He's hit 4 from deep tonight. Loose, and it's scooped up by Morton. Purdue on the move again, and Bohannon able to poke it away. Purdue on a 7-0 run. Make it, still a 7-0 run. Morton had a wide open look.
Almost looked like he got kind of between dumping it down and shooting it.
Toussaint will back it out to McCaffrey. 13-point ball game. McCaffrey, tough shot, making it look easy. He's in double figures with 11.
How many contested shots has Patrick McCaffrey made? Because he's 6'9", he can just elevate over the top.
I really like his game, and as he gets stronger and stronger.
One of those guys that's way bigger and longer in person than he looks on film.
Here's Edey going to work against Rebraca. Extra pass Thompson. Penetration, 7 to shoot. Hunter will launch from deep, off the heel, trying to keep it alive. Edey able to poke it out. Matt Painter puts both hands up, says, let's be patient here.
What effort from Zach Edey. but he's fresh. That's why playing 2 5-men, rotating in and out, plays like that.
Edey inside against a much smaller Rebraca, but his pass tipped and taken away. Here's Bohannon. Bohannon looking like he wants to take over. Launches the three. That's short, and the rebound, Stefanovic.
Well, you said it. You watch him play for 6 years, you know when he's hunting one. He was really searching for a three.
I've seen that look in his eye a few times. Edey the handoff, Stefanovic. Speaking of hunting shots, halfway down, and it pinballs out. Bohannon, lob ahead, tough pass, loose on the floor. McCaffrey can't keep it alive. It drops to Stefanovic, who was laying on the floor. Look what I found.
Well, Stefanovic was able to deflect the initial pass to Rebraca, so he got the party started.
Morton. Thompson. Bohannon had to close quickly on the catch. Thompson says, I'll take 2. He has 18 points. Best game for Isaiah Thompson.
It has been his night.
Do they have enough to get it done here late in this second half?
It's hard because now Purdue will slow it down, and this is where got about 50 set plays you can run, and a lot of them result in getting this guy a touch.
And Travion Williams can do that with those touches. What an adept passer. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists in 21 minutes for Travion Williams.
And give Morton an assist with an excellent back screen.
Hunter across to Morton.
You know, Morton's been important. He's played big minutes in the second half and make big shots, as Mason Gillis kind of just hasn't had it tonight.
Got into that early foul trouble, and that really saddled him. Here's Williams to work against Murray. Williams, patient again, but got caught by the bottom of the rim. Toussaint, the lead for Chris Murray. Rolls off, and Williams able to tip the rebound to Stefanovic.
Ethan Morton, testament to if you stay about the team and think about the right things, when it's your opportunity to make an impact, you'll be ready to rock. Same can be said for a guy like Isaiah Thompson as well. We talk about the stars, but some of the role players have really been good here for Purdue.
Career highlight for Isaiah Thompson with 18 points. Keegan Murray, that three a little strong. Rebound, McCaffrey, he'll take a timeout.
Kind of how it was across the board. Purdue was pretty surgical tonight.
Chris Murray had a whale of a night. That three off, and Ivey able to swoop in and get the rebound. And out of bounds, it'll stay with Purdue. When we go over those numbers for Ivey and underline the fact that he left 5 points at the foul line.
Right.
Tonight. It's been a weakness for Purdue tonight. 8 of 18 at the line. 44% for a team that shoots over 72% as a team this year. Ivey will sit down. We may have seen the last of Jaden Ivey tonight. And Stefanovic off his leg and a turnover back to the Hawkeyes. And Ulis taken away. Travion Williams, big man on the run, and he'll back it out.
That's the second time he's poked the ball from the ball handler. He's got long arms and good instincts on when to poke at the ball.
1 minute remaining.
Had that one slip off the fingertips. Shot clock down to 9. Ivey in some trouble. Ball taken away by Ulis, and Ulis able to trickle it out to Keegan Murray. Here's McCaffrey with the open three. That's way off, and the rebound scooped up by Williams. Hawks gave it a really good push in this second half. They were down big, 15 at halftime. Got the crowd into it, but just too much Purdue in this one.
Again, timely threes. Every time the crowd was ready to really roar. And
I know Purdue fans appreciate him, but the rest of the nation, I think, over the last several years has learned What a tremendous head coach this man is.
Got a crystal clear identity with the Purdue program under Matt Painter. He recruits to it. Does an excellent job then coaching the guys up. Great continuity.
No nights off in this league. No. Hunter will bring it up. Running this one out. And a foul first with 11.5 seconds to go.
3 of the next 5 on the road. Iowa will have their hands full.
Keegan Murray in traffic. That foul gives him 2 more. He's got 14 on the night. 4 seconds to go. 10-point game. Inbound to Thompson. Thompson's just going to hold this one. And the Purdue Boilermakers get a big win on the road. Tough place to play. And they hold off the Iowa Hawkeyes 83-73.